Embracing the Darkness, Carl Jung. Today we're going to discuss a sensitive and deeply personal topic, depression. If you're struggling, please know you're not alone. Reach out to someone you trust, whether it's a friend, family member, or mental health professional. Carl Jung, the renowned Swiss psychiatrist, once offered a striking metaphor for depression. Depression is like a woman in black. If she turns up, don't shoo her away. Invite her in, offer her a seat, treat her like a guest, and listen to what she wants to say. At first glance, this advice might seem unsettling. Why should we welcome something as painful as depression? Yet, Jung's words carry wisdom.
What if, instead of resisting our darkest emotions, we learned from them?
Depression is often seen as an unwelcome intruder, a shadow that darkens our lives. We instinctively want to push it away, to regain our sense of normalcy. But what if, as Jung suggests, depression is not merely a burden but a messenger? What if it has something important to tell us about our inner lives? Jung's metaphor of the woman in black invites us to view depression not as an enemy, but as a guest, one who has come to teach us something valuable. Imagine receiving an unexpected visitor at your door. You can either slam the door in their face or invite them in. If you choose to ignore them, they might become more persistent, knocking louder and more forcefully. But if you invite them in, you have the opportunity to understand why they came. Jung suggests that when we acknowledge our depression, we open ourselves to understanding its roots. Instead of fleeing from the discomfort, we can explore what our depression is trying to communicate. Could it be pointing to unresolved grief, unmet needs, or a life out of balance? Once we've invited our depression in, what comes next? Jung advises us to listen, to treat depression as a guest with something important to say. This process of listening doesn't mean wallowing in despair, but rather engaging in honest self-reflection. What thoughts and feelings arise when we sit with our depression? What memories or experiences resurface? By giving our depression a voice, we begin to understand the deeper issues that lie beneath the surface. This understanding can lead to insights that guide us toward healing and change. What might we discover about ourselves if we truly listen to our inner pain? Consider the story of author J.K. Rowling, who has spoken openly about her struggles with depression during her journey as a writer. Instead of ignoring her depression, Rowling used it as inspiration for the Dementors in the Harry Potter series, creatures that feed on despair. By confronting her darkness, she transformed it into something creative and meaningful. Rowling's story illustrates how facing our depression can lead to personal growth and even creative breakthroughs. What if our greatest challenges could become the source of our greatest strengths? Jung's metaphor doesn't imply that we should simply accept depression without seeking help. On the contrary, by treating depression as a guest, we acknowledge its presence and take steps to address it. This might involve therapy, support from loved ones, or changes in our lifestyle. The key is not to deny or suppress our feelings, but to work through them. Healing begins when we stop running from our emotions and start understanding them. How might our lives change if we faced our emotional struggles with courage and compassion? Carl Jung's advice challenges us to rethink our relationship with our darkest emotions. By inviting depression in, listening to its message, and learning from it, we can transform our pain into a source of strength and wisdom. Thank you for joining me. Until next time, let's take Jung's wisdom to heart. When the woman in black arrives, don't turn her away. Instead, offer her a seat, listen closely, and discover the hidden lessons she brings. Through this process, we can find a path toward deeper understanding and healing.